as a mid-tier normie. I'll use myself as an example. I'm like 5'6", but I'm not like ugly by any stretch of the means. You know, we got a face, we got a decent face, but when you're growing up as a kid, you always just notice the things that you're not comfortable with, things you're not happy with, and you really focus in on those things. But you can't change your height unless you get leg lengthening surgery, which is honestly not even worth it. It's one of the most. If you ever, we should react to leg lengthening surgery after this. It's actually one of the most painful things ever. Um, but yeah, or like you're a tall guy, but you don't have the best looking face. It's like you have like one or the other. You're either tall and not that good looking, or you're short and you're okay looking. Because like I think it's pretty obvious to anyone that a guy who's tall and good looking will get girls. It's like, wow, it's like the sky is blue. It's pretty obvious. But okay, here is you, okay? You are Bob. This is Bob, okay? This is Bob, all right? And I'm going to use the short guy, like you're not the best looking dude, but you're not like but you're tall, so like girls like tall guys, so like they're more receptive to you a little bit. I'd say like I'll be honest with you, if you're tall and you don't have like a good looking face, it's rough out in that bitch. It's really rough out in that bitch. So to just get started, like I think one of the first things you need as a guy who doesn't have all the cards, like the looks and the face, and the height, is you gotta have friends. You gotta have friends. You gotta show people that you are well adjusted. You gotta show people that you're well adjusted. So Bob needs friends, okay? Uh, we got. Oh fuck, that guy kind of looks fucked up. I gotta sit down and draw this shit. One second. Bob has Jimmy. Bob has Jack. Jack has a weird ass head. He's got Randy, and I'm giving out a bunch of hick ass names, but you get what I'm trying to say. Okay, Bob has friends. He's got friends. Okay, Bob's friend, and like I don't really know if you're like someone who's alone by themselves and you don't know how to get friends. It's hard. It's honestly hard. Like that's like a whole video in itself. Like I'm kind of just like a lot of these requirements you kind of need like if you don't have like height and face, you need friends and if you don't have that, then it's kind of cooked, to be honest with you. Like that's like when if like for a guy, if a girl sees you just out there by yourself, like you're at the club. Imagine this, you're at the club by yourself and you're not talking to anyone. It's kind of weird. Okay, it's kind of weird, but if you're at the club and you're with, Jimmy, you're with Randy, and you're with fucking Jack, yeah, I'm gonna forget these guys' names. You guys look more presentable as like a group. The four of you guys look way more fun to be around than just Bob himself. And here's where it gets more interesting. Okay, so maybe this friend has contacts with here, I should make her like I'll give her brown hair. Okay. Okay, he has contacts with this girl. Okay? And he might have like a friend here and a friend here. You know? But this singular girl that he has contact with, that he might be actually good friends with her, he might actually be good friends with her. Girls naturally just have friends of their own. She will have at least two other girlfriends. Oh, two other girls that she's friends with. Okay? This is where the interconnected web of partying and social hangout begins. Where, say, this friend invites this friend who invites all these friends down here. I'll just draw the girls really quickly, but you get what I'm saying? Like, With this one friend that Bob has, with his collective group, they signal social status. They signal, hey, I I have connections. I know people. And say this friend right here, he has a place where you guys can party. This is a really nice house. Yeah, look at that house. He has a place where you can party. So one person has the place to party, one person has the huzz. Oh my god, look at that. We got a house, everybody. Let's get fucking laid. Let's go. Woo! But essentially that's just how simple it is, really. You just need like I know I'm saying it's simple. Getting friends isn't the most easy thing for some people. If you're like a guy who doesn't have any friends, it's rough. That's like a whole nother tutorial in itself. But this is as simple as it gets. You have friends, like maybe these are high school friends or college friends you made friends with, and then they talk to people. Oh shit. And and this applies to everybody too. This whole web of interconnected people, it just spreads. It's like a spread, and it's just three people that you're friends with. So it's it's really how you just get shit rolling. I don't know if there's any questions in the chat or anything. I'll answer them, but it's as simple as that, really. I'm trying to think of anything else. Oh yeah, if you bring alcohol, if you're like the guy who supplies drugs, like you're either like the marijuana guy. Okay, I'm gonna try my best to draw marijuana plant. I don't know what the fuck. This looks like just a regular ass leaf. Or you bring the beer, or you bring the beer, the alcohol. You bring the handle. You bring the handle. I should X X X. You bring the handle and everything. It's oh shit. We don't want to make it all brown. That's bad. Retry that. We'll do as whatever. But you get what I'm trying to say. Like you bring something to the function, like you'll be good. Like I'm not joking. I went to this one little, like, it wasn't even a house party. It was like a before party to the actual party, and I literally brought a whole case of Modelo. Like I think like it's like the 30 case or whatever it was. Like Corona, Modelo, they're all the same, honestly. I brought that in, and they don't even care. Like they ask me who I am. Like I only knew one person at that party personally, and all I did was just bring in alcohol and just say, "Hey, yo, drink up, everybody." It's closed alcohol, so no one's suspicious or anything. And yeah, it's and I mean, like, I know this whole like the tutorial of this video is how to get the huzz. Look, this isn't like guaranteed you're gonna get a girl every single time. It's a numbers game, okay? When when your friend here brings his friend that brings all her friends, you're basically looking for like a 1 in 4 chance of getting with any of these girls right here. And attraction happens naturally, guys. Attraction happens naturally, okay? If a girl's into you, you will literally know within like either like you either know right away when you first meet her, or it builds over time when you guys hang out with each other continually. Like it either builds up like within like the first hour, or it builds up within like the first like 6 months of each other knowing each other, because like some girls are different, like instant attraction is like it's kind of a myth, I'd say. Like you because like I don't know, unless she's like a whore, then yeah, she'll like you right away. But it usually takes like at least 3 to 4 hangouts before a girl really gets to like be comfortable around you and like you. Like some girls, okay, yeah, they like a guy right away. That happens. And if that happens, you're lucky. But I think for me personally, the ones that like took time, were like they knew me from before, or like they knew of me and then like they saw who I was later on. That's where like they see the evolution of who you are. And it's like well, they actually didn't see shit actually. They just saw you change drastically, and then you basically like for me, it was basically like I was known as like the quiet, like not quiet, but I was like known as like the nerdy kid in school, you know. I always talked about playing video games all the time in school. And then like after high school, I was like drinking and smoking like a motherfucker. And I got a reputation for myself. And then afterwards, people were like, "Oh, yo, hey, by the way, this kid, he actually does this shit." And then people were just taken aback by that. And some girls liked my like new demeanor. So it just things change, you know. It's like not everything's solid, not everything's set. But yeah, this is like the easy guide to just basically getting girls because like you know and then once you guys become like the function once you guys become like the place to go that's where like it's just like infinite girls coming in like it's like a infinite water supply of girls you know if you guys are like supplying alcohol too girls will love that shit man oh my god I went to this one apartment that we used to I used to go to this one apartment we used to go out, and this guy would always be serving alcohol every single time. He would always serve alcohol at his place, like free of charge, like you know, like to everyone, to everyone. It was crazy. Like I was just taken aback by that. Like he was making good money, but it's just like just blowing it on alcohol every like week was crazy to me. But yeah. And lots of girls went through there. Oh my god. I remember one time the girls were like picking through the fridge and they just took his alcohol and I was like, "Damn, these hoes are trashy." But you know, he didn't give a fuck. He was getting boxed in the other room. So it's just like, you know, you got to make an investment, make it pay out, you know. What's the ROI of giving out free alcohol? You know, you give a minor alcohol. I'm kidding. No. Okay. That is actually like a negative of giving out free alcohol like that though. Like high school kids just show up and then things get muddy. But yeah, I don't know if there's anything else I need to cover. It's just you know, once you get like the first hangout started, like you know, it's like you and the boys got to be comfortable with each other, and then once you guys are comfortable with each other, you start like going out to like your other groups that you have. Like not other groups, but you start talking to other people and you invite them over, and it just becomes like a whole party. So I think I'll end the video there, but